Hi, this is Randy Wykoff, the Dean of the College of Public Health at East Tennessee State University, and I'm pleased to share this week's update on COVID-19 for the global pandemic for the week of August 23rd, 2020. Well, as you know, the virus that causes COVID-19 was first reported in late 2019. By the end of January, there had been about 132 deaths reported worldwide, and the number started to grow slowly at first, and then around the middle of March began to pick up, doubling every week, and then continuing to grow regularly since then. Such that by today, there's been over 800,000 deaths worldwide and 23 million confirmed cases. As I've said many times, remember these are tremendous underestimates because there are many places in the world that they don't have testing and they don't have the ability to report the tests if they do have them. We've seen about a 5% increase in the number of deaths worldwide in the past week and about a 25% increase in the past month. This is what the pattern globally looks like. It's very slow growth at first and then sort of a linear growth over time. Now, what we hope to see is what we've seen in Belgium and other countries in Europe, where eventually the numbers start to slow down and then level off pretty dramatically. So if you look at it differently, you look at what's the week-to-week percentage growth. Early on, Belgium was more than doubling every week, percent, more than 100%, and then it's dropped down. And now it's running between about 0.5% and 1% a week. Unfortunately, the world is not doing that. It's leveling off, but not quite down at zero, running about 5% a week or so. And the reason for that is you have to think that this is not a single pandemic that just exploded everywhere. It's evolving differently in different places, arriving differently. So you've got the case of Belgium. You've got the United States, which is slowing down but not yet level. You've got places like Brazil that are going up, and then places like South Africa that are going up quite quickly. None of this is to be critical of any of these countries. Just think of it as if you threw a pebble into the water, the ripples would spread out, just as a pandemic spreads out. It arrives at different places at different times. And so it's really helpful to think of the world having these different patterns. And this is very well seen in this time lapse of the number of cases around the world in the early couple of months, February, March, and April. And you can see how the number of cases is spreading worldwide. And then from the end of April, it just jumped to the current time. If you look at the most impacted countries in the world, the 25 most impacted countries, this was from July 5th, about 7 or 8 weeks ago. We color-coded them, as you recall. Europe is in white, North America in blue, South America in pink, and other in yellow. We'll do the same thing now, just 7 weeks later. And there are a couple of really important things. We'll color code it the same way. Now I'm going to put the two side by side. That was on the left is July 5th, now August 25th. Several important things. Belgium is still the most heavily impacted country in the world, but it's had less than 1% increase over the time period. On the other hand, look at Peru. It was number 11 before. It's now the second most heavily impacted country in the world in terms of death per million, more than doubling in the past 7 weeks. The U.S. has dropped a place from 7th to 8th, which is good. But as you can see, we've still seen a pretty significant increase over time. And the other thing you'll notice is just to qualify on the top 25th, you had to have 77 deaths per million. Back 7 weeks ago, it's now almost tripled. The other thing you'll notice is that the pink countries seem to be moving up. The yellow countries are appearing on the map, and the European countries, while still in the lead, seem to be dropping off a little bit. And that's very well shown in this chart over time. This shows the global deaths from COVID-19 from the beginning. And what you can see early on, there's that big spike in green deaths right in here, April, May. That's where all the impact was in Europe. And then you can see since then the Americas are growing, and now we're starting to see growth in other parts of the world. But remember, those other parts of the world are less likely to be able to report their disease and their deaths. So this is a map of the deaths around the world. And just a reminder that we're in the midst of an evolving pandemic. There are some places like in Europe that seem to be leveling off. There's other places like the United States that are slowing down but have not yet leveled off, and other places that are still in their explosive growth phase. So this is still a pandemic to be concerned about. It's still important that we take it seriously and we respond both locally, nationally, and around the world. A lot more information about COVID-19 on our College of Public Health webpage. If you go and click on this icon, it'll take you to a variety of different videos. If you have folks that would like to be added to this mailing list so they get the weekly update, please let us know. And of course, as always, if you have any questions or any topics you'd like us to cover, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.